Hello everyone, and welcome back to more Let's Play Metroid Prime 3. Trust me, it's totally 3. I'm not bullshitting you about this in one way, shape, or another. Anyway, in the last episode we left off in the Dark World. However, I came to the Light World entrance to the temple, the place where we fought the Bomb Guardian, because there was this place over here that, first of all, has this. Secondly, if I do this right, there we go. Triple jump. Bams and stuff. It has a energy tank over here that we can go get. Ah, shit. Come on, let's do this. Oh, that's not gonna work. Alright, I screwed that up. I have to go over again. Anyway, in the last episode, we finished off Amorbus and whatnot. So, in this episode, we're going to be doing something a little different. And it looks like I can't go through here. Okay. So I just wanted to check that. But anyway, there is an energy tank over here. It's probably more logical to not come here for a little bit of time because of the fact that you have to come here twice if you come here and get the energy tank first. But I'm getting the energy tank anyway because it's there, and, you know, why not? But, you know, why not is just my answer to everything, apparently. Also, I swear to God, I can never figure out how to properly do the audio levels on this microphone. Like, I swear, just the microphone is... It just doesn't like setting itself to one particular audio level. Like, I move close to it, nothing. I move further away from it, nothing. I actually up the audio levels in the settings, nothing. Like, it just does... It does not seem to want to do anything, really. Nope, that's what I wanted to do. Alright, so what the hell do I do here? I have to have accidentally just fallen down when I tried to get up a pathway that's blocked by the wall. Like, that's what I had to have done there. Anyway, it's been like 3 months since I posted any videos. Not 3 months, but 3 weeks since I posted any videos on this channel. I mean, the last one I posted was the Unhack review, which, in case it wasn't completely obvious, just I was actually asked to do that review by the developer himself. So that was interesting that I actually got asked to do that. I mean, it was very nice to have someone, you know, come to me and say, hey, can you review my game, please? And yeah, you know, Unhacked was good. It had its flaws. I mean, it's an indie title. It's developed by, like, one guy. So I'm not expecting, you know, goddamn, you know, A+ quality, of course. There's limitations to what one guy can do. And what he made was really good. Well, I have to kind of, like, use my words here. It was good. What he made was good. And for a $10 price point, it's easily worth it, if you ask me. So... Is it $10? No, it's $5. For a $5 price point, even for 2 hours of gameplay, there's definitely a value there. I mean, I spend like $10 for a 2-hour movie sometimes, for Christ's sake, so... And sometimes the movie's a less good of experience than, you know, that. So yeah, no, like, if you haven't seen the Unhack review, it's the last video I uploaded previous to this one. You can literally just go to my channel page, and it'll be right beside Let's Play Metroid Prime 2, Episode 10. I think I'm going to call this one back to form, because I'm now officially off of university besides 2 exams, which I can study for if I want to, but don't really feel the need to, therefore won't. Where do I have to go from here? Okay, through there. Okay, so there's where we're gonna go down here, and it's through this way. So, with that being said, I can get back into a more regular schedule with my Let's Plays and stuff. I mean, the main idea is that I haven't actually been doing too well with uploading Let's Plays. It's because the free time that I have been doing, I've been spending it gaming with friends rather than doing something like recording Let's Plays. And that was more a personal thing because this takes... this isn't as, quote, fun as it used to be for me. It is still something I like doing. I still like playing the game, doing commentary, and editing the videos. But at the same time, it's not something that I want to spend, the minimal free time that I get doing. I prefer that, playing games that I actually want to play at that particular period of time. It's not that I don't want to play these games, but games with friends is funner than games alone. What? Oh shit, I loaded the save file, didn't I? I loaded the practice file, because I said I was going to do the practice file, but then at the same time, oh god, I loaded the practice file. Are you kidding me? Be right back here after I deliver the energy again. So, after that was all did and done, I decided to come back and record, and the audio decided to be a dumbass. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Post Commentary with Lord Fluffy, episode 10, Metroid Prime 2. Anyway, that was silly of me. I accidentally loaded the save file. The thing is, with the save file, I didn't actually go back to the Aegon Temple and give the light of Aegon back to Aegon. So I accidentally loaded the save file here, and blah blah blah. You get the idea. So, with that being said, I went back, did it, ate dinner, came back up. Now we're gonna head back to the Great Temple because I don't know if this is actually required, but we're just going back to Umos to talk to him about it and stuff. So, you know the way. I'll just meet you there, I guess. This is normally the part where I would just say, hey, it's Umos, let's do some fancy voice acting and screw around in Audacity to make him sound different than a human. And, yeah, let's just go with that. We're not gonna do that. I'm sorry. Not this time. I thank you for restoring energy to the Temple of Aegon. Your valor honors the Luminov, those who have passed, and those who remain here under my protection as they sleep in deep stasis. Be on guard, for the Ing do not suffer defeat lightly. They will surely seek revenge for your actions. With the energy lost from the desert region, they will increase their efforts in other lands. I have detected unusual amounts of Ing activity in the Torvus sector. The enemy is on the move. The swamplands of Torvus are treacherous and can hinder you considerably. Bear this in mind as you move through the bog. Seek the Temple of Torvus. More knowledge waits you there. And may the light of Aether serve you well. So yeah, he just basically told us, hey, go to goddamn Torvus bog. So yeah, as I said in the previous episode about what my friend said about this game and not liking it as much as Prime 1, there isn't as much adventure in this game, she says, and the main reason for that is you go to Aegon, you go to Torvus, you go to the next place, you go to a place after that. It's like, it's pretty linear in that sense. I mean, there is this sense of, quote, adventure by going back to other lands and going to places you couldn't reach before because you got new items, but even then, that's not really adventure, that's backtracking. And at that point, like, what's the point? I mean, it's not like Metroid Prime didn't have you going in a linear path, obviously, because, you have to get this in order to do this and that. But even still, like, this one, it's way more linear when you think about it. I mean, in the end, you can detour off the path while you're going from one place to the other. I almost crushed myself here. That was stupid. And, get some items along the way. Hell, you can even get some temple keys along the way at that point. But, no, not temple keys. They're not temple keys. Temple keys is not what was in Prime 1. I'm also tired and have kind of a sickly noise. Sickly nose. Kind of, sort of, but not really. Anyway, these elevators, they're basically just disguised load times. How about that? It's good that they disguise load times rather than just have the whole game freeze sometimes. Right. Anyway, we come through here now. And we... oh, right. Scan this. And we go through here. Anyway. The pathway to Torvus is a little bit annoying. As in, it could be somewhat complicated to get through if you haven't done it in a long time, aka me. And not having done this in quite some time. I don't know what it is about me, but I just have this insane problem with simple problems. Like, I think something, I see something, it's actually supposed to be that simple, but I see it and it's like, no, that can't be that simple. There's absolutely no way it's that simple. And then I overthink the hell out of it and it actually is that simple. It's like, why do I do this to myself? Like, it happens so often in games where the puzzle is actually that simple. I just overlook it because it can't be that simple. I'm always looking for something more complicated than it actually is, and that's kind of a downside of me in playing these types of games, like these adventure games at some points. Like, you get those one times, or a couple times, when it's like, oh hey, it's actually super complicated, and then you just think everything's like that. In time, the roar of a wounded planet subsided. The air, though fouled, was breathable. Light made its way through the dark veil over our world. Slowly we ventured out from the shelters of our homes to see what remained of our paradise. What little comfort we gained by surviving was soon shattered, for when we looked outward, all we saw was devastation. Half of the planet's energy had vanished from the energy controllers. Aether became violently unstable as a result of the stellar object that collided with our planet. There was no sign. I know it says struck our home there, but it wasn't going in the video, and since I don't like folks commentating voice acting in the forms of being lazy, you know. Yeah, super missile door, can't go through there. But in the forms of that, I just improvised because I knew what it was saying, and like basically what I said is the exact same thing. Like struck our home, collided with our planet, like same thing, like same thing basically. Oh well, close enough. No big deal. Anyway, this is the pathway to Torvis. This is a, to get through it the first time, it takes some time. It takes an annoying amount of time, actually, which is annoying, because it shouldn't take an annoying amount of time, but it does, because the game likes to be silly. Anyway, there's a particular portion, I think it's like right here, where, well, there's a part in Dark Aether where you can do this little, what is it called, a glitch jump? Not a glitch jump, but a bugged jump of sorts, where you can actually push yourself through the wall and arrive in this particular section, the Hall of Eyes, in Dark Aether. Like, you can actually do that. And it's really weird in that sense, because you're basically bugging through a wall to get here, and that's how you actually avoid getting the Dark Suit. You can't actually fight a Morbus to get the Dark Suit. You have to actually, legitimately... I'm stalling for words, because I'm trying to think of it. You have to actually legitimately avoid a Morbus. And I think all three of the temple keys, or maybe just you can grab the temple keys, but you can't go fight a Morbus. But yeah, basically here's what I'm talking about. Oh, you know what? I just realized I cut something out on the way back to Umos, but I actually got an item while I was doing that. So hold up a second while I stop recording this, edit that in here, and then come back to the video. So yeah, there's the missile expansion. In that place, yeah, gotta move that little brick with the light beam, and then you can get the missile expansion. Yeah, anyway. You come through this portal, and then you gotta come through here. This is required in order to get through, because there's actually a super missile door there, as you may have saw while I was rambling on about the whole bug jump, whatever, to avoid getting the Dark Suit, which is kind of dumb, because it's the Dark Suit. You kind of have to get it and stuff. But the game, hilariously enough, doesn't actually require you, because of that, to... Does it? I don't even know. I haven't actually seen a full non-Dark Suit run. Or, no, yeah, non-Dark Suit run. Anyway, what you actually have to do here is you have to come up... You have to go up these in your morph ball, and you have to do... You have to hit some bomb slots to... undo these little hooks here, which basically say, oh, by the way, these hooks are what's holding that in place to make sure you can't write it. Now, I'm just going to fast forward here because this thing, it loves to be a douchebag, basically. See, the thing with this puzzle here is it makes you think. It makes you think that everything is just going to be perfectly normal. 2 on one side, 2 on the other. But then it just slaps you upside the face and says, nope, you gotta go 3 on one side and then 1 on the other. It's like, why? Why would you do that? Oh, by the way, you can't move at all when you're on this little platform here, so pretty much always keep your blaster firing forward. You can't dodge, you can't crouch. You've just got to kill as many of those things as you can to make sure that you can't goddamn get killed by them. Okay? Okay. So, yeah, you have to ride this thing over to this light portal over here, and from there, you can keep going onward towards Torvis. Unnecessarily complicated, but what are you gonna do when the game blocks your door off of a super missile door that you don't have this exact moment? I like breathing. Breathing is something that keeps me alive, if you haven't noticed. And you too. Hell, even the thing that's standing beside me that I kind of don't like, also known as my sister.
Hi.
Yes, my sister is standing right here, even though I have signaled for her to leave the room about 3 times now. Make it 4. How about 5? 6. 7. No, nothing? Okay, whatever. Anyway, now what you have to do is you have to kill these goddamn dark pirates here. By the way, these things do too much damage and take too much damage. I say that because I go down way too much HP here. I am on hard mode, so I do take extra damage, but still, there's no reason for these guys to take as much damage as they do. I mean, light beam helps out easily. I mean, I switched to the light beam eventually, realizing, oh wait, right, it's a light beam that works versus dark enemies. Maybe that's cool. You shut up. You get out. Make it 7, 8, 9, 10. Get out. Okay, yeah.
That was 11.
12. Get out. She doesn't listen, by the way. She's like this all the time. She does not listen. She just kind of stands there and laughs and thinks she's cool for ignoring her brother's request. But you know, whatever. It's not like it's not like me asking her to get out because I'm recording is any different from anything, right? No, totally not. Totally not. Totally not. I don't see a problem with that. Right, anyway. Back to what we were doing. Again, you have to constantly do these move these things out of the way. That's a pirate grenadier. He fires grenades at you. That's a super missile door. You can't go through that, as usual, because this game loves giving us super missile doors as soon as we get to the Torvis area. I don't know why, but it's dumb. It's dumb. It's very dumb. It's about as dumb as the thing standing beside me. No response? No? Really? Okay, that's cool. No response is fine. I can actually just keep talking in that case. Right, so water is apparently really, really hard to jump out of. These things need to be blown up about as often as anything else in this game needs to be blown up, which is everything in this game. And yeah, by the way, there's a little shortcut here that like 99% of people forget about because it's just kind of sitting there. It's a shortcut to go back and forth, but you have to go around the first way initially to make sure you can do this. Also, there's more lore here. The Warped World, as it's called. Amidst this turmoil, we discovered many disturbing anomalies. Spatial disturbances appeared across the land. Objects went into a state of dimensional flux. The atoms divided between Aether and somewhere else. There was little time to ponder these strange happenings, but we had to deal with the devastation of our lands. There you go. Lore. Read more of it. This is good with the whole Prime story thing, because it gives you backstory that's like optional to read. You can like, oh hey, lore, I don't care. I want to play the video game. Or, oh hey, lore, story, I want to read that. I like that. A lot of games don't do that. They don't give you like these optional storytelling type stuff. And side quests don't count. Side quests don't count. This isn't even a side quest. A side quest. I don't know what I'm saying. I know what I'm saying, but I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, after you get through all those twists and turns, you get to this little place here. It's like, wow, that backdrop. Totally not just painted onto the walls. Yeah. It's totally. Did I mention that Warwash apparently have the dodging skills of a TIE fighter? Because they seem to dodge everything except the thing heading straight towards them. I don't know how much sense that makes to you, but it makes little to me too. See, these are missile doors. I don't know why every door couldn't just be a missile door. It means one missile fire in your face, boom, you're dead. Nothing to scan in here. Scan the thing, old Fluffy. There you go. Now step into the elevator past Fluffy. Yeah, right, because the past me can tell what the future me does. Sorry, the future me can't tell what the past me does, but the past me can tell what the future me does. Which, by the way, future me in about a minute. Tell Terry to get out of your room again. Got it. Good. Okay. Yeah, so now here we are in the Torvus Bog. Well, it is the Torvus Bog. It was a forest at one point, but then everyone's like, oh, hey, by the way, it's a bog now. Because a meteorite crashing into our planet turned it into a bog. It's like, okay, I understand meteorites are supposed to screw up the whole planet's atmosphere and shit and screw up a bunch of wildlife for a while. But I'm pretty sure it doesn't do it for, like, eternity, as you're saying it does. I don't know. That's just me. By the way, if you shoot those things down, they'll drop items. I decided not to do it for whatever reason, even though I was at 88 HP. Terry, get out. See, I told what future me to do, and future me did it. You know, well, future me equals like past me now, but you get the idea.
More than a minute.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
Get out of my room. So this is why I kind of preferred being at my aunt's place. None of this crap to deal with, you know. Anyway, past me. Would you mind stepping through the door and scanning the dead Luminov? Please. Stop standing there and doing nothing. And thank you, okay. You scanned him, okay. He's Sly or Sly. I don't know. How do you pronounce that? They came to the lagoon in the night, delivering true death blows before I could detect them. As my life faded, I sent a call to the cadre to warn of this surprise attack. May they find my key and dispatch the Ing who killed me. Only then will my final rest be peaceful. This is the thing where you have to wait in post-commentary for things you did during commentary. Because it's like you say something, it's like, oh crap, I wasn't saying it at that particular point. Anyway, as I said before, welcome to the Torvus Bog. This place is probably the worst place in any Metroid Prime game. I'm just going to throw that out there. Of the 3 Metroid Prime games, this is probably my least favorite area in all of them. Hunters doesn't count, Terry. Because Hunters was so abysmal. Like, how do you control a game like that? You don't. Like, touchscreen? Why couldn't you just... you had a D-pad. Why couldn't you just use... Well, I guess. It's like... Really, Prime Hunters would have been a hell of a lot better on the 3DS. Because at least then, they had other things to work with. But even still, there's a save station here, which, by the way, that means the end of the episode. So I'm going to do this thing where I end the episode now, and see you guys later in the next episode of Prime 2. Later.